Hello everyone and welcome back to Roze and Indy's Beginner Brawl. Right now we're going to be bringing to you McAlbertHabolea versus Tortie789. We have Tortie winning the roll. Tortie chooses first pick, second ban. I think that's the... Albert bans easy. That's a pick. The red ban. No Dongchan. And Tortie bans hidden too. First pick is going to be for Tortie here. We're going straight into No Mod 1 actually. Alright. Our no mod consistency specific. I'm like have fun to these players here. Traded miss from both players right there. I'm a little surprised McAlbert is going down a little more early on. Tortie with lower accuracy had a few over dashes on some sliders earlier, but has been holding on to combo a little bit better. Has a bit of a score lead now, 10,000 points. And it's catching back up in the accuracy as well. Definitely not that uncomfortable. Oh, and McAlbert loses the under dashes there. Tortie does end up trading after that, but the score lead a little bit in Tortie's favor. Albert is going down just a little bit more than Tortie. Wow, another trade there on actually the walk sliders there. Albert has a chance to pull back some of that score deficit with this combo they have right now. Albert is making a surge right now. Big combo, big score difference. Getting crushed there. Now in Albert's favor. Does trade a miss there. So we're very even right now. Tortie's had more combos, but Albert's had the biggest combo so far, making it to that 200 combo mark. More traded misses. Gonna come down to the last third of the map here. The slightest combo advantage for Tortie right now, and with Albert going down there, but it's traded. Tortie has the lead going into the end here. And a combo lead. It's gonna take a lot for Albert to take this. Tortie seems to be in prime position to win this first point. They do drop, but they built up enough of a score lead that I don't think it's going to matter. Oh, good observation there. Side miscounts and accuracy. Already just more combos, despite not having the biggest combo even. We noted that earlier. Albert had one big combo, but wasn't able to keep it up for enough of the map. Ooh, I'm excited to see DT3 here. I haven't had the chance to see this played yet. It may have been played in one of the unstreamed matches. Or while I wasn't paying attention. But this is a pretty awesome DT convert, focusing on really what you would expect from your average DT convert at this star rating. Mostly walks, but with a few dashes. A few fun hold dash pattern or hold walk patterns, but mostly just platter control. Early drops for Tortie does put Albert in the lead here. Albert looking a lot more comfortable on DT than Tortie right now. They've had a few misses of their own, but the combo difference is staggering so far. And halfway through the map already 100k lead. Tortie's going to need a bit of a miracle. Has to hold on a lot better than they have been. Now they have been getting some decent combos, but Albert has been really outdoing themselves and holding on to some really big combos throughout this, holding 99% accuracy, very few mistakes. And Albert does take that pick, putting us at 1-1 now. Back to Tortie's pick. Definitely going to be staying away from that DT pool. Me too, Indy, but it got banned. We are not going to be seeing it. Instead, I think we're probably going to see another no mod pick. Oh no, we're going into Hard Rock with the Hard Rock 1. That makes sense when no mod 1 was close. Going for Hard Rock. Still in that spec category, but looking for something a little with a different style of difficulty. More on those edge dashes and hypers. Not really edge dashes, just tougher spacings. Albert with the first miss. Now getting to one of the harder parts. If Tortie can hold on to some combo here, they're going to be in a good spot right now. They do go down, but they've already put up a little bit of score. But with an extra break there, Albert is going to take back the score lead. Relatively close right now, 15,000 points in Albert's favor. Ooh, both players missing at the same point there, trading. And so the score lead going to be stuck at about 2k there. Another traded miss. Still 2k score between the players. Oh, with an extra miss from Tortie, it's expanded a little, but Albert drops on their own there, and Tortie follows it up with another miss on their side. About 10 combo in Albert's favor, going to be expanding that score lead ever so slightly. But it's really just going to come down to how the end of this map goes. Quarter is left. Any long-held combo here could seal it. Tortie goes down first. Albert not trading it. Hits the big hypers and is in a very strong spot. 30k up with combo. Tortie with more misses coming out, going to fall pretty far behind now. Albert finally goes down, but not before securing a 50,000 point lead. And they're recovering just fine, able to keep it at that mark and taking Tortie's second pick there for a break point. Go up 2-1. Up to them to consolidate that breakpoint. They pick the DT4 with the DT3 going so well. That makes a lot of sense. Going into the other DT convert. This one a little more unconventional of a DT convert. Lower CS, the bigger fruits. But it still has a good bit of platter control. Really what this has is a higher BPM and some dashes at the same time. So it's quite difficult in an old song. I could not find it on streaming. Albert starting off strong. Tortie with a few breaks there at the beginning. Going to be building up combo now. Albert dropping on the dash, giving Tortie a chance to build up some score. Albert going down again. Tortie now holding the lead. But both players dropping on those dashes. Albert now with the combo needed to take back for lead. Tortie dropping there is going to end it over, but Albert trades it back, so we're even so far. Tortie with more combo, but drops before we get to the high section. There's arguably this part focused on walk control. But those dashes are still going to be difficult, and right now both players having similar troubles holding combo. They see the scores. Tortie sees that they're in the lead and that if they just continue doing what they're doing, they have a good shot. But they go down there, and now Albert has the lead, having held over 100 combo through this section. More dashes come out, and Albert's the one to hit them. Tortie going down. Actually, it's still similar. But as we get into some denser sections, we see Tortie dropping a little bit more frequently, and Albert has made it to that 200 combo mark at the maximum combo multiplier, and their accuracy is building up. They do eventually drop, but not before building up a 40,000 score lead, and with a trade there, that's going to put Albert in a great spot. 1/8 of the map left. The end of this map, arguably the hardest part due to the higher spacing of a few of these patterns. And Albert, with the score lead going into the section, is poised to take it. I don't believe there's enough notes left for Tortie to come back no matter what. That is going to be Albert taking their own pick once again by a smaller margin this time. Same miscount in fact for both players, but Albert holding a much larger combo in the middle of the map there. Going to be 35,000 points ahead by the end. We are going to see Nomad 2 chosen by Tortie here. Looking to get momentum back on their side, taking us back to the Nomad specifics that they did so well on before, taking Nomad 1 at the start of the match. Now this map, different in quite a lot of ways. The average density actually relatively similar, just that in this map it's 1/2 versus the 1/4 in Kai Min Anmin. But in this map, being a platter, the movements are a little simpler, but the density is so high and the speed required is pretty darn difficult. Tortie coming ahead with the first break going to Albert. This map requiring some pretty good density reading. Traded miss there. Score lead on Tortie's side, but combo for Albert. Lots of wiggly patterns in this map here. Tortie coming ahead with a lot of score now, over 70k from this big combo. Big score lead for Tortie. Pressure on Albert to make a comeback. Oh, but Albert dropping on the slow section right before this dense part where Tortie's building up so much score from their big combo. Over 100k score in Tortie's favor, looking really dominant on this no mod specific. Oh, and Tortie hitting the entirety of that dense stream at the end. Getting a 900k score there. Really outdoing Albert on their third pick there. Bit of momentum back on their side now. But it is going to be Albert's pick now. There's a lot of directions they could take this. We saw them pick our 2 DT converts. They could continue on the convert train with one of our other mods, or go back to DT, back to the well, and try one of the either the DT1 or DT2. Those, though, take a little less platter control, more mechanics heavy, which we've seen Tortie be really good at with their score on that No Mod 2 we just saw, as well as a pretty close pick of the No Mod 1, but well, I've been saying Tortie. I don't know if I got an accent or something. I don't enunciate my T's. Albert does go for the DT2. This is a pretty mechanics heavy pick, which does give Tortie a chance. Now, what we did see, though, is Tortie having a bit of trouble on the DT3, which was the control pick of the DTs. We were relatively even on the DT4, though still favored for Albert. So right now, Albert definitely favored on the DT, but you gotta look out for Tortie's mechanics, because that's what's gotten them both of their points so far. So this pick definitely challenging Tortie on their strongest suit in the DT pool. Tortie up a ton, 1/3 in, still full comboing. Albert has broken many times and is now 100k down going into the second half of the map. Albert's only chance is if Tortie breaks now, and breaks a lot. At the first half FC, Tortie is in a very strong spot as long as they do even decent on the second half. And Albert with another break there is going down even further. Tortie finally breaks, but has built up 120,000 score in their favor. The players seeing that now. Tortie probably quite excited. Yep, catcher moving rapidly. All they have to do is close out this point and the match will be tied. And with 116,000 points in their favor, it's looking pretty likely for that to end up being the case. Albert going down right before the end chorus, and that's gonna be this point sealed. There's not really anything Albert can do at this point. Tortie's just built up such a huge lead from their huge combo in the first half of the map, that the pick is going to go to Tortie with a breakpoint of their own, taking this match back to even. Tortie going to take us to our No Mod 3. Interesting choice considering Albert's two strongest wins were probably on that DT3 and DT4. Actually, I think Hard Rock 1 had a pretty big score gap as well. Going to a Convert, which Albert seems pretty comfortable on. That said, No Mod Pool has been very kind to Tortie so far. And this is a relatively mechanics heavy pick for a Convert. Definitely more so than the No Mod 4, which is much more control focused. I've noticed Tortie seems to be missing the first note of almost every map. Now, does go down there, dropping a meaningful amount of combo rather than just the first note. So, Albert with a small early lead. The onus is on Albert to miss now. This map is hard, so unlikely Albert manages to full combo, but they've already put themselves in a great spot. So for the rest of the map, Tortie needs to outplay Albert to take the point. And now with another miss coming out there, untraded, Albert is going to be ahead by a pretty wide margin there, 45,000 points and counting. Now Tortie building up a recovery combo, but Albert making it through our whole first KI section and up to a 53,000 point lead. While Tortie's still yet to make it to that 200 combo mark due to that early miss. And another drop from Tortie on those jumps. Albert looking very strong on this convert. Very used to this anti-flow and these light movements you have to make. With a 90,000 point lead halfway through the map, Albert is in a very powerful position. Tortie's only chance would be to hold on a huge amount of combo through the hardest section of the map coming up, with the hardest jumps into the hardest streams. But Albert is the one to hold a bit more combo in the jumps. Does go down, but not before bringing to a 100,000 point lead. Both players dropping on the stream section, a huge spike right there. Coming into the last throws of this map, Albert has a huge lead. Traded miss from both players, but that's just going to seal it for Albert with their huge score lead. To be honest, no hacks, not missing at that div spike is crazy for a player in the tournament. That is one of the hardest patterns in the whole tournament, likely. It is takes some practice for most people. You're quite right. That was a tough pick. But coming into this next pick is going to be for McAlbert, and I'm not really certain what they're going to want to pick. Probably a convert. We've seen this work out really well. Hard Rock 1 also worked out well, so I'm looking at Hard Rock 3 as a convergence of Hard Rock, which has worked well for Albert, and the converts, which has worked well so far. We end up going for Hidden 3. Looks like we dropped a little roll to select that. Another convert. First hidden that we've seen. I don't think we have 5-minute timeouts, but we do have some timeouts, which we can, I believe there is at least a 2-minute timeout we can give on top of the already existing timers. So that should be around 3-4 minutes. Should not pose too much of an issue. So to speak a few words about this map upcoming, this is our hidden convert for the pool. It is very walk focused, not a lot of dashes, and it's really just testing your density reading. If you can handle these streams and various walk speeds. I do hope Tortie shows back up. I believe they have about 1 more minute to do so. And there they are. Right on time. Alright, let's listen to that song all over again now that we're getting into the pick. This is low-key a banger, so I'm excited So starting off, both players holding combo well. Tortie going to make it a little bit longer than Albert there. But the first misses going to Albert. And despite the convert proficiency, it looks like Tortie pretty comfortable on this hidden, not having really any trouble at all with these walk patterns and this reading of these streams. Now both players do trade some misses right there, but with a 36,000 point lead, Tortie is looking strong on their opponent's pick right now. Albert with better combo here, holds through that stream section with those really tight timing windows for the dashes. And now while Tortie is building up a recovery combo, Albert is bringing the score lead closer and closer, but does go down before they're able to flip it. And now Tortie going to try to get back some of the score lead they lost. Albert really strong on those sections, which Tortie misses a little bit more on with those tight timing dashes. Tortie, though, has overall been a bit better on the streams with the walk control. So it's going to be interesting to see how the last quarter of this map plays out. Score only 14,000 in Tortie's favor. Even combos though, so Albert needs Tortie to make some mistakes, which they do. Now Albert has the chance to flip it, only needs a few more combo. And it is going to go to Albert's side right here. Tortie has a recovery combo, so if Albert misses, they'll be able to flip it right back, but Albert is holding on strong right now, and Tortie is the first one to go down, letting Albert secure a huge lead, 20,000 points right at the end of the map to take this point and go up 2. Very similar miscounts from these players yet again. These two are very evenly matched. It's going to be sad to see one of them go. Whether that's Tortie or not is going to come down to how well they do in this next map. As mentioned there, Easy did get banned. Oh, we're gonna go for DT1. Now, this pick does make a bit of sense. Even though Albert picked all 3 other DTs, they were only dominant on the DT converts, and Tortie actually managed to take DT2 with an outstanding performance. This is a rank 7,500 plus tournament, which signups were little over a month and a half ago, so the players have had quite a lot of time to improve. We're going to see some pretty impressive gameplay from these players for being beginners, ostensibly. Ooh, early lead going to Albert. Low combo on both sides. But Tortie comes out ahead in combo right there and is looking to take the score lead, which they do. And Albert with sequential misses is going to go down a lot of combo here, getting to the highest density part of the map right now. Albert's the one to break, and Tortie holds all the way to that 200 combo mark at that maximum combo multiplier, is going to be building up a huge score lead, 50,000 already in their favor. Albert has got to build up some combo to fight against this incredible DT performance from Tortie. Now, Tortie did drop their combo, but they're already building up a recovery to match Albert's, and with Albert going down there, Tortie's got the combo advantage again and is going to be building up even more score. Tortie looking so proficient on this DT specific with the mechanics at the forefront. Ooh, I do not think you are going to make it to the rank range after rework. Sorry. Depends if the rank range stays the same or if there is even a sequel tournament. I've been enjoying this a lot, but it is a lot of work. And my co-host going to be busy in the future. I'd like to think if the time comes when we both have time. But enough of that. Coming into the last eighth of the map, Tortie with almost 100,000 score lead. Albert, though, has a bit of combo on their side, and Tortie goes down first. So Albert has the smallest of chances if they hold on to this combo. They make it to the 200 combo mark, maximum combo multiplier on their side. So little map left. Albert needs Tortie to miss, but Tortie is not. Tortie with the recovery combo is holding on strong, and Albert goes down to seal the point, and Tortie drops after that, but no chance left for Albert. That's going to be Tortie hanging on for one more map. We need, if we want to see a tiebreaker, we will need Tortie to take another break point. Great pick by Tortie, actually, but Albert, on their very comfortable no mod convert, is going to stand in between us and our tiebreaker, and definitely wants to get ahead of the tiebreaker due to Tortie's impressive performances on specifics all around, but especially on the no mod. Feels like Tortie would probably be favored on the tiebreaker, being a no mod specific and all. So for Albert, this is their best chance to take home this match without a really tight fight on the tiebreaker. We have traded misses 2 times in a row there. This map actually one of the higher AR picks in the pool, but the density and low spacing does make it a bit easier than the hard rocks in that aspect. Now, Tortie with the combo lead has built up a small score lead. Albert, though, takes the score lead back with a combo of their own here. Tortie matching it with a recovery combo, but Albert now up almost 10,000, and with Tortie going down there, it's looking good for Albert, looking very strong on this, holding 270 combo here, does go down, but it's traded by Tortie, and with no combo to take advantage of the miss, Tortie is just hanging on, looking for another chance in the future after building up some combo. But Albert is holding on so strong during these tough control sections and is building up a huge score lead, over 50,000 points in their favor. And this is a short map, barely a quarter of it is left. And Tortie, with a recovery combo, has a small chance. But Albert's put up so much score so far that Tortie does not have a chance if they miss. But Albert with another miss there, and Tortie holding on combo through this dense section is going to take the score lead back with a 300 combo, but they go down, and Albert is fighting for their life. 8,000 points, but they break, but it's traded by Tortie, and Tortie, if they want to make it to tiebreaker, has to hold here. They don't, and Albert, they trade exactly, and it's 6,000 points to Albert. Going to take the match. Incredible fight by Tortie after going down 3-1 there. But it's gonna be Albert taking the match. That was a pretty incredible match. Way better than we could have expected going into it. Tortie has improved so much since the start of the tournament. It was back and forth, break points, and traded picks. Real. It was incredible having both of these players in the tournament. And I'm excited to see Albert in our next, in their next match. But thanks so much to Tortie for playing. That was an incredible match you just gave us, and I'm really happy to have seen it. But for now, that is going to be it from me. We have another match coming up in 10 minutes. Hope to see you there. But let me check. Is this match like happening? This match is maybe happening. Let's hope it's happening. And I'll see you all for that match, hopefully. Bye.